So we have this question here, x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find out which values of x. So we're very likely to have two values of x. Which two values of x, if you put them into that equation, will bring about an answer of 0. Yeah? And that's what we're trying to find. Now the way you can do that, one way, is you can factorize it, okay? If you're able to factorize it, that is the easiest way you can do it. So, as we've already talked about, if when you factorize it, you'll get x plus 5, and then you'll get x plus 3. Okay, and I trust that you know how to do this bit already. You find the factors of 15, which add up to 8. So the 5 and the 3, okay? And don't forget equals 0, okay? So now you have this, okay? Which values of x will make 0? Well, okay, let's assume that that bracket there, let's say that that was equal to 0. Then if you times that bracket by that bracket, it's gonna equal 0. Okay? So what we do is, okay, we think, okay, how do we make 0 out of that bracket? The answer is x must be minus 3. Okay, because minus 3 plus 3 equals 0, so the bracket will be 0. So you can say that one of the x's is going to be minus 3. But then what about the other bracket? So let's say, for example, okay, now we look at this bracket. Imagine that bracket was equal to 0. What would x need to be to make that bracket 0? Well, it would have to be minus 5, because minus 5 plus 5 equals 0. So the other x is x2, the second x, that's going to be equal to minus 5. So this is the answer to up here, where I asked earlier which two values of x, if you put them into this equation, will equal 0. So let's give it a go. So let's say, for example, this x1 minus 3, let's now put that into that equation there. So minus 3, right, minus 3 squared plus 8, it's 8x, isn't it? So 8 bracket minus 3 plus 15, and the answer to that should be 0, and if it is 0, then we know we've done it right. So minus 3 squared, that makes 9, okay, plus 8 times minus 3, which is minus 24, so 9 minus 24, and then plus 15 equals 0. Okay, and let's just double check that on the calculator. Not that we need it, but just to double check. So 9 minus 24, oops, plus 15. If it equals 0, then we know we've done it right, and it equals 0. So that's how we know that that value of x is correct. Now the other one, the other value of x was minus 5. If we put that into this equation, into that equation there, that should also equal 0. So let's do it. So minus 5, and let's put brackets in, because if you don't put brackets in, it can muck everything up. So minus 5 squared, and what was it? It was plus 8x. So plus 8, and then the x we'll put in brackets, so that's minus 5, and then what was it? It was plus 15. Okay, and that should equal 0. Here's the moment of truth. There we go, so that equals 0. So now we know that these two x's are the right x's. Okay, they fit into that, and that makes 0. And the way you do it is by factorizing it first, making the bracket equal 0, and finding the two x's that would work and putting it into there. That's how you do this type of sum. Okay? If you want regular support from me to help you get the grades you want, why not join one of my weekly classes? It's very affordable and I'm running some free trials at the moment. Contact me if you want to find out more.